What up, everybody? It's George back again with Warp Charge Gaming. Excited to be here today to talk to you about Adepticon 2018. This was the first time I had been to Adepticon, my second major event, Nova being last year. Nova was a life-changing experience, and I can't say that Adepticon was any different. It was a super high level of awesome. When it comes to the hobby, there's nothing that will be quite so inspiring and motivating to see thousands of people enthusiastic about the art and the hobby and the game. So I had a fantastic time along with the crew. We were able to capture the final matches of the Adepticon Championships between Nick Nanavati and Matt Root, Tyranids versus Chaos, and we're excited to show you that in this video today, as well as the finals to the Long War team doubles with our buddies going against a Khorne army running Eldar. So that's in another video as well. And then we will also give you a video showing me cruising around the championships with the Space Wolves in the Crystal Fortress case, and another video that I'm extremely excited about that will show you the con as a whole as I cruise around with the GoPro and just capture what the event had to offer for me. So I hope you enjoy these videos. I want to give you a little bit of context. Of course, we're drinking the adult beverages and having a great time. There were, a little bit of sleeping on floors and getting up early, while having a great time at the same time can lead to a little bit of shaky cam. It went down in this one. We actually lost a little connector piece that mounts it to the tripod during the event. So we definitely had some shaky cam going on in this one. On the second half of the video, there will be a GoPro that's mounted that'll be a lot more stable. I did my best to doctor up the video. I wanted to make sure you guys got a chance to see it. And you're going to be hearing Chris and I sitting ringside, just kind of having friendly banter and talking about the match and the con over the microphone that we're going to put over the time lapse here. So just enjoy, have fun. It's better than not having it at all. I feel like we could have done better, but we are only improving. We're figuring out our comfort zones and what we can do in a live environment like this. And we definitely have the tech and the know-how. It's really just about the space and the availability to be able to set up a full-blown rig. We can get to the point where we're streaming. We hope that you see more events coming soon where it's live action and just even better production of showing you these matches in live settings out there in the country. So regardless, let's get to it. I want to make sure you guys remember that there is only 6 days left to the Warp Charge Gaming second giveaway of the year. We'll be doing these every month, for the rest of the year here. Beautifully painted models. This time it's a double giveaway of a Blood Angels Captain and Necron Overlord painted by Maz Miniatures. There's 6 days left before the third one gets started. All you got to do is follow and subscribe and get a chance to win. We sent our first one off to the UK. There's no cost to you. We just would like to get engaged and get your support, and we appreciate everybody that has so far and everybody that looks to do so now. So hit those subscribe buttons. Keep staying tuned for more. It's only going to get bigger and better. We got so much great content planned for you. Cheers, everybody. Keep taking fun seriously. What up, everybody? So we are sitting curbside here on the, ringside? We are sitting ringside for the final match of the Adepticon Championships. I guess he's like a 4-time winner. Nick Brown here, Nick Nanavati. Yeah, he has a perfect score. I don't think I looked at his final. The final batch looked intense. All right, here's the list that he's got going on. I will say, for those that are wondering, he has a giant horde, and I've had a lot of people mentioning like they can't even finish a game with that many models. They have these, while these models are pretty, they have been getting a rough time this day. I've seen them slung around quite a bit. Yeah, I mean, even right now where I'm recording, like a lot of them are just kind of piled over each other where they've been taking casualties. I mean, playing against other experienced players today and the day before, I had people that didn't want to remove casualties. They were just literally marking with dice where casualties had started on cultist squads. Yeah, that gets kind of awkward. It does. I mean, the things we do for facilitating fast play, you got to be mindful of it. Yeah, and when it's your first time and having that kind of experiments, it can be a little disorienting at first. Absolutely. I think personally it's important, especially considering that a lot of the missions back in kill points as secondaries, I feel like that incentivizes more elite armies. We still want to see these horde armies played, so it's good to get your opponent willing to help move models, and it's operant to facilitate those kinds of mechanics in the name of having a real test of what the game is, in my opinion. If the best army is a horde list, I don't want it knocked out because of human element. One thing I want to comment on for sure, I mean, top 16, there was, I think, 3 Tyranid lists. There are so many Tyranids at Adepticon. I mean, somebody else said it, but
I think ballparking is something like 20%. I feel like Tyranid lists.
That's what I said. Yeah.
It's a lot of bug representation.
Yeah, and 20 might even be an understatement.
Yeah.
Orcs and Space Wolves are definitely on the light side of things.
Absolutely. I saw more Space Wolves than Orcs. Actually, I feel like Orcs and Dark Eldar-ish things are the things I've seen the least of.
Yeah, true.
A lot of Guard, a fair bit of Guard anyway.
A lot of Space Marines, a lot of new Primaris.
I didn't see a lot of Gullman, not a lot of Knights, except for the APOC stuff is really cool, but not a lot of on the actual tabletop. And I mean, all in all, man, I think it's been a good spread. I have not seen like what we saw with the Nova, and I guess just because of the advent of all these codexes coming out. Less Celestine shenanigans, less...
I was about to say less Magnus, too.
Less Imperial soup. I mean, it's still there. You still see the bikers and whatnot, but I mean, fundamentally, this is much different of a meta compared to what I'm used to. And I'll be frank.
Yeah, no doubt. I can't wait to see as it continues to evolve with more codexes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we got Tau and Necrons on the horizon.
Dark Eldar. Man, I mean, for turn one, he is like right up there, man. Those Tyranids did not play any games of just jumping right in his face.
No, and I mean, that is one of the big things with this style of list for the Tyranids this edition is it's a very aggressive army. Very deep strike heavy. I mean, he has more than 6 mines deploying strictly for the purposes of being able to put more in reserve. A lot of bug representation at the top tables, man. I mean, it's exciting. It's an exciting time to be a Tyranid player.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I haven't seen since like 4th edition, so I'm super stoked.
Yeah, honestly, just looking at the game, I mean, like, Tyranids have such a commanding position. And, I'm curious how going first will play a role in this match.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The Hive Tyrant is clearly a very good model in 8th edition. Even though he gives up a lot of stuff like Big Game Hunter pretty often in Tyranid lists, the reality is it is one of the best things in a good army.
Yeah, can't go wrong with that.
Got any comments on, I mean, you would know Nick's list better than I do, honestly.
Well, he's got a whole bunch of cultists, and the biggest thing about that is the tide of traitors. Actually, not Alpha Legion in this case. He actually took Black Legion and Abaddon because that makes all of them fearless. So that's the big thing. Is usually you take quite a bit of casualties from morale checks with those guys, and that can actually kind of screw you a bit from the net. You end up having to spend quite a bit of command points. Now he does have a bunch of command points because of multiple battalions. I think he has 3 battalions. Yeah, but I mean, 12 command points and over 100 cultists. I think he's running about 120, which he's running max squad size on the majority of them, so that they have the biggest opportunity to do Tide of Traitors, which will allow them to then pull the whole thing off the board, come back at full strength within 6 inches of the board edge.
Gross.
So that's extremely powerful and very demoralizing, and it offers a ton of opportunity to do things like bubble wrap, or not bubble wrap, but wrap things up, tie things up in the backfield. I think that's obviously what we're seeing in this game is those Mugaloid spores are protection from the rear of the traitors.
Use them for unit denial, yeah.
Similar to how I try to use Cyber Wolves in my Space Wolf army.
While it's been a pleasure over the years watching, Nick clearly be one of the most dominant players in all of the 40k competitive community, as a diehard Tyranid gamer, oh man, I would love to see him eat it.
I gotta say, I'm rooting for the Tyranids on this one as well. No disrespect. Yeah, I'm curious what's going to go down. I like the pace they're moving at here. It definitely seems like they're even though at this point, I'm delirious. I'm surprised these guys are standing so engaged. They look highly. They got a lot of adrenaline pumping, I think, right now.
One thing I noticed at the early part of the game is that the blue stuff that Nick is drinking on, I think, is alcohol-free. I think that I'm not calling shenanigans, but I think that makes a difference.
I mean, is it just fancy to drink it from the Dixie cup, or do you want to put a little mix of something in there?
I don't know. I think the stuff in the cup's a little lighter colored.
Nick Brown's on steroids.
Yes, I think that's really the call we have to make here. Warp Charge Gaming, Nick's on steroids.
Yeah, he's on mind-enhancing drugs.
He's on that warp dust.
Yeah. Drunk on victory.
Tyranids versus Chaos. Only one can win.
I heard Nick's opponent call his army Cancer, but easy to play. You know, it's really cool to come to this place with even more purpose and participation. Without the people, there's just a bunch of tables and terrain. And it's to me, the art of it all, the creation. I think that's makes everybody happier as a human being when you produce and create, and let your imagination run wild. And I think we've seen that at a high standard here this weekend.
Damn right, damn right. I mean, this is Chris with Warp Charge Gaming. This is the ESPN of content right now. We have the final table. Nick Nanavati playing against some Tyranids on final table. Anyone looking at the camera footage I'm showing right now can see. Bless you. Sorry, I didn't mean to bless that person on camera. I'm not the Pope. But you know, we've got at least one Demon Prince with beautiful multicolored wings. There is still at least 1, 2, 3 Hive Tyrants in play. I think there's actually 4. Could be wrong. I see 2 Molochs. Got some Spore Mines still holding down the backfield. They are untouched. They don't even move, I don't think. I think those are strictly operating as denial for the cultists. But as I mentioned before on the camera audio, my God, seeing the change from early deployment where the cultists were just a backfield line, and now they've kind of 300 style charged the Tyranid advance that was extremely aggressive. It is just currently all out and about looking for the last piece of camera that we seem to have misplaced in our travels. So I am drunk manhandling this camera right now, and it is just phenomenal. Since this morning, we've probably drank, between myself and Matt Simon, 60 beers and 2 bottles of liquor. It's a good day. It is a good day. The day started early, the day started strong. Get to see some primo 40k. Oh, we have the confirmation. He drinks vodka with his. he is indeed juicing, ladies and gentlemen.
Power juice.
That is the recipe to success over here.
Yeah.
Well done, Mr. Nanavati. I am a fan. So we have. We're looking at a tablet right now. Actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and turn the camera. We are streaming our other camera at the other top table. And it looks like some mutual friends of ours, acquaintances for the Richmond crew, but legitimate friends for those Chicago-based, are going to take the doubles.
That's the way they're describing it. So,
we have the front on the content here.
Excited for it.
That is, first of all, I would just like to, let's go ahead and toot our own horns real quick. This is amazing, getting to sit with one camera, streaming one table, while looking at another table, streaming another top table. Like, I'm not saying we have cool toys, but we got cool toys, man.
The table has gotten quite clear on the team table.
Oh, yeah, it has. That is accurate.
Wraith Lord and those Wraith Lord and Wraith Guard are expensive.
This guy's sipping his beer like he is sitting on some hot water.
Yeah, he's like, I think it's over now. Yeah, he still looks like he's feeling confident and good about things.
Oh, the Tyranid player is very content. He's very contented. He's been in high spirits constantly. You know, he's making a lot of playful banter. Fairly aggressive, if nothing else. You know, I think he could take it all the way. He's made it this far. I don't want to discount a man.
He's going the distance. Feeling good. He's feeling real good. He's got some Leviathan, feeling the pains he's been nailing, it sounds like.
Absolutely, and I will say straight up, if after this event I see our current champion switch off to Tyranids, I'm going to be real salty. I'm not going to be on his team no more.
What? You would be unhappy?
I would be unhappy if the current defending Demons player bandwagoned onto Tyranids.
Oh. That would be a little.
That would give me some feel-badsies. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But to be fair, he's an extremely I mean, the man is a list artist.
Yeah.
Addition and addition again, he has proved that.
It is nice we don't need a bunch of shit talking on Nids, so that probably would have happened if he would have played him. Somebody that
they hate us because they hate us, man.
Right. Well, they are bugs. I particularly don't like bugs by default.
You know what, George? You play a bunch of filthy canines, so I don't want to hear it.
I like looking at them as alien dinosaurs myself, but...
That's, fair.